that community just yet. So what are your plans?
We have big plans. So when I first started 27 years ago, I looked at who's building a business that I want, who's making the kind of money that I want to make. And Chicago was rocking and rolling, and I used to go to conferences and I would just hang on the periphery and listen to Tom and Jimmy and Pat and Sean and really all the Illinois distributors that were building, and they were doing what I wanted to do. And I didn't know I would end up with a husband out of it. But what we're going to do when we go to Las Vegas, which we're a week from tomorrow, we are starting a caravan with the moving truck and all of our cars to make that move. Our goal is to knock off each of the states. Right now, I just looked, and in June, the bottom number 10 state was Kansas. Kansas, we're coming for you. Missouri, you're next. But we want to get Nevada up in that top. The way we're going to do that is we got to get to know people. And I have one cousin in Las Vegas. Otherwise, I don't know anybody there. So the way I'm going to get to know people is there's an app called Nextdoor where you can get to know people in your neighborhood. There are groups that you can join. We're going to join churches. Just get to know people and build those relationships. Actually, I started that. On our way out to look for a home a month ago, there was a woman sitting next to me. We started talking. She's born and raised in Henderson, Nevada, which is a city we ended up buying our house in. She actually does the hiring for the police force. And Rob and I became great friends. I gave her a sample of Energize Go. She loved it. And then the women that we bought our house from. I already know Carol and Kathy. They're my not yet, but they're my walking buddies. And so just really building those relationships and getting to know people. And from there, we're going to use the tools. There's a lot of tools out there. And like Kari said, build your business the way that you're comfortable building it. Use three-way calls, use the Zooms, do what you're comfortable with. For me, the Facebook groups and the ad tag message system of adding people to those groups and tagging them in stories. Stories are the lifeline of our business. Any way that you can get stories in front of the people that you're talking to, those are great tools, whatever tool that is you use. I use the Facebook groups because I can, whether it's somebody it's a hot market or warm market or somebody I just met, I can add them to the group and tag them in stories where they can see the results people are getting in these products. They can see results people are getting in this business. If you don't know what those are, message me on Facebook and I'll show you some links where there's videos to train on how to do that. But really just building the business the way we've always done it, with building relationships and using tools to get the stories in front of people. I think that's, we just want to, as quickly as possible, get Nevada up to #1.
That's awesome. And I think that's a great goal. And you said it, so we've got plenty of witnesses of what the goal is. So we're going to be expecting big things.
Well, and anybody in here, anybody that has any connections in Nevada, my gosh, come in touch with us. We'll be happy to help you build in that area too. It doesn't have to be just our town. There you go, Judy. Judy Mount is great at using the Facebook groups. And I also do have to do a shout out to my mom because she hit key director and #2 in the country using the Facebook Zooms, Facebook groups, and the Zooms. I mean, awesome. Good job, Carolyn Bergman.
Well, those are two more tools that you have available that you can use if you choose to that obviously have worked well for you. So thank you for sharing all of that. And I love how you already have a plan to get into a circle of influence, but you're not just relying on one. You're going to dip your toes in several different ones to create a larger circle of influence so that you can build those relationships faster. So I love it. Thank you for sharing. Mindy, let's go to you. Okay, so Mindy, you and I have known each other forever, and I remember the dress story and the story of the dress shop when you just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom with Sarah and how you worked so hard night and day working, in the dress shop and then working your Reliv business. And I remember you telling stories on stage about how you would have ladies over and you guys would float in the pool and you would make your calls. Like you had this index system of how you kept track of who you needed to call next and sharing stories in that group and different things like that. So what is the biggest change that you have seen in Reliv since starting your Reliv career?
I think that we have Fishstone tails now. No, there's actually quite a few. I think the obvious one for me is technology, because when I got started 32 years ago, I didn't have a computer, and the only phone that I had was the phone that attached to my car in the console, so I couldn't take it in my house. So the technology has been huge. I've gone to a laptop now, and I think everybody's got a phone, a computer. So it's made the world a lot smaller. Everybody's so much more reachable. I mean, I can do my business literally on my telephone, so that is a huge thing. Another thing that has really changed is just the ease of distribution. You know, I used to have to buy large quantities of product, you know, keep it there where distributors and customers would come to my house to pick up the product. It was very time consuming, very expensive. And you know, now that we used to have to buy full cases of Now, full cases of Classic. You couldn't mix and match. You couldn't get one of these or one of that. So that change was huge. So it's made it so much easier to run a business. It's nice. I love having the customer coupon code now that you can give people discounts. The opportunity for free shipping for customers has been great. Samples available. I'm loving the Energize Go samples. That's been perfect. So that's a couple things. And then the awareness that Bob talked about this morning. I mean, back when we got the business started, nobody really knew that you needed to supplement. I mean, we had to convince people to take a supplement. And now people realize that they have to take a supplement, and then which one should I take? So it's been a breath of fresh air to be able to tell people about Reliv. Saving money. I have spent so much money over the last 30 years in hotel rooms. And I love now that we can do this business through one-on-one appointments, through networking events, through Zoom. I mean, the Zooms have been huge. I think that's going to be something that's here to stay. Conference calls, I mean, and the phone app that Reliv has provided is huge. Just being able to shoot people videos and, you know, check your volumes and things like that. That app has been great. And last but not least, I was very, very business focused. I mean, I always led with the business when I got started, but validated with the products. And I have really kind of tweaked my business where I'm much more, more product focused, and I mean, still sharing the whole opportunity, but leading with the product. That the Energize Go samples has been really, really wonderful just to be able to put those out there. But I always did really well at promo 2 and promo 3, the 3 quick starts and the master affiliates, but I never got promo 1, and I think I've gotten promo 1 probably
several
the last
months. Yes.
6, 7, 8 months.
Yes.
Because I have got so many customers on auto-ship. That auto-ship is huge. So it's made it easier, it's just more simple, it's quicker. I love it. I love the direction that the company's going.
Well, I was just getting ready to ask you if you felt like the business was more simple today than it was way back when.
Much more simple. Much more simple.
And there is really, truly something to be able to do your business on the fly, on a phone, and connect them with whatever tool it is that you're wanting to use. That, like you said, if it's a three-way call or a single call, or just sending them a video, or sharing them a snippet of something or a story that you have, or even just presenting them with the benefits of, hey, would you like to try this for 30 days to see what your experience can be when you're consistent with these products. So.
And I love the message that the company is sending is like, if it's working for you, keep doing it. If you love connecting people to stories, that's great. If you love doing the Zooms, that's great. If you love doing, in-home presentations, that's great. Whatever works for you.
Exactly.
So
meeting people where they are with what works best for your way of doing the business is the way to go. You're never going to lose when you do it that way. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Okay, David, let's go to you.
Okay.
Okay. So you and Maria became presidential directors 4 years ago. And we dove into some data, and pretty impressive data, I might say. So you and Maria, you say that you slowed down during COVID, as did everyone.
Yeah.
But your numbers...
Because we're in the Philippines, right?
Exactly. And things were a whole new different world over there, so to speak, especially during COVID. But during the last 5 years, you and Maria have signed up more customers and more distributors than any other distributor globally within Reliv.
Wow.
So that is amazing. And so it gets better. So over the past 5 years, you and Maria have signed up 1,437 customers and 522 distributors.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And then even in the midst of a serious martial martial law lockdown
Basically.
in
It wasn't
the
declared martial law, but it was essentially that, yes.
similar.
Yes.
In 2019, your customer count was 581 and your highest distributor count was 201. That's still amazing in the middle of a
Yes.
lockdown and a pandemic when you had, I mean, you guys had a little bit of trouble getting product to people because the delivery system over there is a little bit
Oh,
different. It's
much
not exactly
slower.
FedEx.
A lot slower, yes. You know, it's been amazing. Before the pandemic, Marie and I had embarked upon social media as a means to primarily do the business because of the simplicity of what we try to do, because we firmly believe in PGPV. We believe in the products. We believe in leading our business with the products. And what we've tried to do is use the KISS principle to do the same thing with everybody that we come in contact with. Yes, we've done the traditional business by talking to 3 people every day. In 30 days, you can talk to 90 people. But imagine for a minute if you use Facebook, Twitter, other forms of social media, we can talk to 5,000 people in one weekend. Now, I don't know if you know much about marketing, but I do know this, that whether you're selling a product or you're doing a service, if you do marketing in the right way and you do the numbers, you can expect to convert about 1% of those people to being a customer, or at least trying your product or service. Now think about that for a minute. If you do 5,000 people in one weekend, say like in Facebook and marketing, you know, that would be 50 new customers that you can convert. I think the key to it is, of course, you need to respond to them in 24 hours or less. That's very important. But we've gone about the business and teaching other people, especially the millennials, the young people. They seem to just enjoy everything about social media. So that's who we've gone and attracted to. We'll talk to anybody, of course. We want everybody to have this. But we've taken social media to a new level in the Philippines and in Asia to help people do things that they could never do before. Because like in the Philippines, the average wage is $5 to $7 US a day for 10 hours work. We can help somebody, like Ryan was talking about earlier, if you help somebody make $500 in a month, think about how you change their life, especially in the Philippines. My goodness, that's more than most people make in a month. But yet we've shown people how you can make $500 in a week, $500 in a day. But we've always done it through products. We let the products speak for themselves. And it's so passionate to talk about the products because what they've done for us and what they've done for other people. You see, that way, because of the products, we get distributors. Because of the products, we get master affiliates. We don't even worry about master affiliates. I know some people may not like hearing that, but it's true that if you go out and get 10 customers and then get 10 more, and we teach that process very simply, if you take care of the customers, the business will grow. It'll come to you. Just like Ryan was showing a while ago on the generation override, it will take care of itself. All the forms of compensation that we have will be taken care of through PGPV because that's the foundation of our business.
And I love it that you and Maria teach that from the very start because you're setting the foundation, you're setting them up for success.
Yes.
So if they didn't come in as a master affiliate, which not all people do, and they came in, you guys call it fast start, I believe?
Yes.
If they come in as a fast start, then you're showing them how to build that sturdy foundation so that when they do reach the master affiliate mark, they don't have to stress over the maintenance, especially when they're bringing people along with them,
imagine
teaching
having
them that
50 people on
system.
your front line that are doing $2,000 a month at PGPV. I promise you, if you teach that through the 3 and 20 principle that our compensation plan is built on, you'll never have to worry. The money will be there, but it's a byproduct of helping other people. It's not about the money, it's about changing lives.
Well, and I think you would probably say that your key to success with all of this, even through the pandemic, is you're consistent with what and how you do the business and how you teach people to do it.
Exactly.
And it's very simple. It doesn't involve a ton of training. It's just,
Not a lot.
let's go get you 10 customers
Let's
and let's
get
find
you 10
some people.
customers, and then let's just repeat the process. Bob was talking about this morning about the 85, 15, and 5, and it's true. If you would just take care of your foundation of PGPV, everything else will fall into place. And we use a form called social media because we can talk to a lot more people that way. Because of social media, think about it this way. We don't have to have a passport to go to Malaysia. We don't have to have a passport to go to Australia. We have customers and distributors in 7 countries. And we've stayed right in the Philippines. But yet we're in 7 countries in our organization, in our group, helping change lives. And we're doing it through the products. And the products work. We know how great they are, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just simply share what we love so much with the products and help other people change their lives through a good business opportunity. Simple.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing
Thank
and keeping it so simple for all of us. Mr. Jim, your turn. So you and Sandy got started because of the products, which is why you guys got into the business. You were sharing that with us, and you guys became